Hey everybody, I'm Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and today we're going to talk about obstacles. Obstacles get in our way when we set smart goals, reasonable goals, and attainable goals, and they are things that just come along whether we want them to or not. Every time we set a godly goal, we can be pretty sure there's going to be an ungodly obstacle come along to keep us from achieving those goals. So sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. Today we're going to look at those obstacles, and we're going to look at 3 things we can do to help us overcome the obstacles that hit us after we set those goals. The first thing that we need to do, and this is going to seem real basic, but it's really important, and that is to identify that obstacle. If we can sit down with a pad of paper and a pencil and just jot down those obstacles, take some time to identify exactly what the obstacle is. And you would be surprised at actually how difficult this is to do sometimes. And the reason is because we humans get into a rut of thinking a certain way and viewing things a certain way. And sometimes it's a little hard to think outside the box and view something that has become normal in our life as actually an obstacle in our path. So if we take some time to sit down, write it down, think about what that obstacle actually is, then we have a better chance of overcoming it and moving forward. I'm going to use this as an example. One obstacle is rather obvious, and that's a financial obstacle. If you're going to become an entrepreneur or a business owner or something that nature, the financial aspect of that can be very, very daunting, and it can look difficult, but you need to write that down. And that brings me right into the second thing, which is number 2, to identify your ability to overcome that obstacle. Now, extrapolating on down with that example of finances, if you don't have a lot of finances at your disposal, you're going to have to come up with a way to generate some income for your business, for your entrepreneurship. Whatever it is, you're going to have to figure out a way through those finances or around those finances, over them or under them. You're going to have to figure out creative ways to do something with that. It could be something as simple as setting up a GoFundMe account. It could be setting up a Patreon account. It could be something as simple as going out and talking to investors to invest in your idea or your business or something of that nature. It could be something as simple as marketing yourself. It could be all of those things. But all those things need to be written down because you have identified the problem and you have been honest about your ability to overcome them. I am a firm believer that most any obstacle can be overcome with God's help. God can help us move through just about anything and go around or work around pretty much anything that our little human brains can come up with. If God has planted that vision in your heart, then I'm going to urge you to find a way around that obstacle. Be honest about your ability, but work with it. Find a way around it, find a way through it, find a way to move forward with what God has for you. And the last thing that I want to urge you to do is to plan effective steps. You know, that could be as simple as getting your journal out again and writing down, okay, for my financial plan, for example, I'm going to do 1, I'm going to formulate a business plan. 2, I'm going to accumulate X amount of dollars. Number 3, I'm going to go out and get a part-time job to fund this. All of those things. I know some of those things are difficult and nobody really wants to work extra hours, but we have to figure out at some point with our vision, how far does God want me to take this, and how far really am I willing to go? How far am I willing to go to do what God wants me to do? And guys, that's just 3 things that I just jotted down off the top of my head that I wanted to pass along with you today because I firmly believe that this is where most people miss reaching their goals. We all start off with this vision. We have a plan of action. We're going to do this, but man, we hit that roadblock. We hit that obstacle and we give up. And some of the obstacles, listen, guys, I know some of those obstacles are very, very hard. I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles in my life as well. But if we just persevere, we just trust God, we keep moving forward with what He has for us, even if it's little tiny steps, we can do what God has placed on our heart to do, and we can advance the kingdom. I used to tell my daughter something all the time when she was a kid, and it's true with this, and it is you can eat an elephant one bite at a time. And that really is true, because think about it. You take one little tiny bite of an elephant, then you go back the next day and take another and another, and pretty soon, the elephant's pretty much just skeletal. So little by little, we can do this. Don't try to bite off too much at once. Take those obstacles, get a hold of them, plan those strategies, and move forward with what God has for you today. When you all get a chance, take a look at my book on Amazon. It's called Lord, Am I Going Crazy? It's a 30-day devotional guide for women over 40. I'm going to drop a link down there so you all can take a look at it. And visit my website, ninjalifecoaching.com. You can learn a little bit more about me, about my coaching, and learn just a little bit more about some things that you might be able to do to help overcome, to be an overcomer every day. I've got a blog on there. I post twice a week, just like same days I do my video, and just check that out when you get an opportunity. Hope you guys have a wonderful day today. God bless. Maranatha.